If you're a caregiver, you know that some days bring challenges that can test your patience like nothing else. And one of the most common, and let's be real, most frustrating, is rummaging. So today we're going to dive into why this happens and explore some really compassionate strategies that can bring a little more peace to your home. Does this sound familiar to you? Maybe they're constantly going through drawers, sorting the same pile of papers over and over, or moving things around, only to get upset later when they can't find them. Yeah, that's classic rummaging behavior. And we have to be honest, it can be so frustrating. It's exhausting, it makes a mess, and it just adds another layer of stress to your day. But if there's one single thing to hold on to through all this, it's that this behavior isn't a choice. They aren't trying to annoy you. It's a symptom of the disease. So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about reframing this challenge. Then we're going to dig into the why behind it. And finally, we'll get into some super practical strategies. How to make the home safer, how to reduce the urge to rummage, and my favorite part, how to channel that behavior into something positive. Okay, first up, let's tackle how we think about this. I mean, it's a really common challenge. Shifting our own perspective is honestly the first, most important step toward finding solutions that actually work without creating more conflict. This right here, this is everything. When you can really, truly let it sink in that the dementia is the cause, not your loved one's intention, it changes how you respond. It's the big switch from feeling frustrated to feeling compassionate. So that leads us right into understanding the why. Once we accept it's not on purpose, the next question is, well, what is causing it? What need is my loved one actually trying to meet with this behavior? It's so important to see that rummaging isn't just some meaningless, random action. It's actually a coping mechanism. When someone is living with the kind of confusion that dementia brings, going through familiar things can be a way to self-soothe or just try to make some sense of their world. And think about the specific needs they might be trying to fulfill. They could be looking for a sense of purpose, right? A way to feel productive like they used to. Or maybe they're just bored or anxious, or they're looking for something specific but can't find the words for it. Every single one of these is a real human need that, we can all understand. Okay, so with that understanding in our back pocket, we can now shift to the practical stuff. And the absolute first priority is always safety for them and, frankly, for your important belongings too. This is a pretty straightforward two-step process. First things first, get anything that could be dangerous out of the way. We're talking cleaning fluids, sharp objects, even old food from the back of the fridge. Lock them up. And second, protect your own sanity. Put away valuables, important mail, and documents that could easily get lost or thrown out. All right, so the environment is safer. Now what? How can we proactively reduce the behavior itself? This part is all about tackling those root causes we just talked about, like anxiety and boredom. Here are some fantastic ideas. Just having a consistent routine can bring down that anxiety that often fuels the rummaging. Making things easy to find with labels can also help a ton. Oh, and I absolutely love this tip. Have backups. If your mom is always looking for her purse, having a couple of identical, cheap ones on hand means you can always help her find it. Crisis averted, just like that. And this brings us to our final and maybe the most powerful set of strategies. Instead of just trying to stop the behavior, what if we could actually redirect it into something positive and fulfilling? And this right here, this is the heart of it. The goal isn't for them to do a perfect job. It's about honoring that deep-seated human need to feel useful, to feel engaged. That feeling of contributing, that's what really matters. So, what does this look like? Well, you could ask for their help with a simple, safe task. Maybe it's folding washcloths, and yeah, probably not a fitted sheet. Or maybe it's sorting a drawer of mismatched socks. The key is to pick no-fail activities where the focus is just on doing it together, not on getting it right. So you see, it's a huge shift in your own mindset. You're no longer in a power struggle trying to stop a bad behavior. Instead, you're working with that impulse and just gently redirecting the energy. And this brings us to the ultimate redirection tool, the designated rummage box. It's brilliant. It's just a special drawer or a basket that you create just for them, and you fill it with safe and interesting things. Think about a wallet with old gift cards, or a toolbox with big nuts and bolts, or a basket of fabric scraps. Tying it to a past hobby or their old job is an amazing way to make it really meaningful for them. And that's really the big takeaway. When you stop fighting the behavior and you start understanding it and redirecting it, you transform what was a daily point of conflict into a chance for connection, for purpose, and for calm. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Whether it's creating a small rummage box or just asking for help to fold some towels, how can you use just one of these ideas this week to create a moment of peace and purpose for the person you're caring for?